This is terrible. And the product was even worse. Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark tried to give some level of effort for the fans. These tickets, if you don't know, Cosell, starting at $400. Imagine paying $400 to be up in the nosebleed to see that. Insanity. The league is a joke. Angel Reese, you look crazy out there. You get a layup block. The girl's not even trying, and then she apologizes to you after. I mean, it's embarrassing, Whitlock. Like, the
Charles's point about Caitlin Clark, and I believe, I'm telling you, Kelsey Mitchell, I think they talked before the game. But this is how I know what Charles is saying is true. She hit those couple 3-pointers early, and then just to kind of irritate the other team, she doubled back and stole the ball and got a layup, I believe. And that was her like trying to say, okay, I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to get a steal. She was trying to trigger something. And I think she started firing those deep threes, just trying to thinking that was going to trigger them, thinking that was going to irritate someone, and it was going to turn into a real competition.
After that, I'm like Maurice. I'm going fully.
Maurice, I'm going to circle back to you, and we'll spend a little bit of time here. Just Caitlin Clark made an effort and came out in the game, and I really think she thought this through. And to be honest with you, I think she talked about it with Kelsey Mitchell, who was on the other team. Because I thought both of them, it wasn't just Caitlin Clark. I know what I said to Mono, but when I really think about it, I think Kelsey Mitchell made a sincere effort because I think her and Caitlin was like, hey, man, we're going to try to jazz this thing up and compete.
The opposition is going to say, well, what about the men, what they do at their All-Star weekend? Let me assure you that the men probably get a lot wilder than that. But here's the difference. I guarantee you, if you get the NBA All-Stars in a room and they see cameras, they're going to behave. They're not going to put it on camera for the world to see. You can just mark that down. They're not going to put it on camera. Marina Mabry went out and she got about 18 points in the first quarter, and I'm thinking she's about to set the All-Star game record. So for some reason, they came out and ran her off the three-point line, which she proceeded to miss about 7 layups in a row. And I'm talking about uncontested layups. And Ibunga missed 2 point-blank layups. I mean, it was just Asia Wilson was shooting layups over the goal. It's just mind-boggling. But with the whole shenanigans, with everything that went on, with everything that they put on out there for the world to see, what if they show up and actually compete and put a good product on the court? It comes back to the one thing that every one of them have in common should be basketball and competing on the basketball court. They absolutely refuse to do that. I saw video after video of women talking about, oh, I'm about to be turned for the next 3 days. I'm about to be lit. Who else having a party? Where's the next party? Okay, that's you. You can't.
Fans should feel hustled once again. And the fact that you've now gotten, you put on these pay us what you owe us shirts, and then you get these $1 million contracts. And the only person alongside Kelsey Mitchell, the only person who put in a real effort is the person who actually doesn't need to do this at all. It's the person that makes $15-16 million per year off the floor. Why is she the only person that really, really gave a real effort?
Maurice, I'm going to let you balance this out or pile on. Was it as bad as I'm describing?
This WNBA All-Star Weekend was disgusting. And at this point, I believe that they should just name All-Stars, not have an All-Star Weekend, and keep the regular season going. This is horrible product. If the players don't care, why should the fans spend their hard-earned money? And this is the second year in a row where the most exciting thing about WNBA All-Star is a stud bud live stream where everybody's just getting wasted, doing all types of what. That can't be the highlight of All-Star Weekend, a stud bud live stream. If that is the highlight, cancel the product. It's over.
I thought the one person that showed the most decorum on the whole weekend was Caitlin Clark. She came to hoop. For anybody who don't like Caitlin Clark, this big deal about the other players in the W don't like Caitlin. I don't believe that anymore. Because if they didn't like her, they wouldn't have let her start the game off by dribbling the ball up the court 5 times in a row, taking a wide open 3. Even she was shocked by that. Even she was, after that last 3, she ran over and tried to double team. Hey, are we gonna play? What's going on here?
Yeah.
I didn't come here for this. Pick me up. Let me show y'all that I am real, that person that everybody thinks I am. I don't need no handout shirt. Let's play. Let's compete. She was the only one ready to compete from the beginning.
She couldn't light that fire because these women are so fat and happy and entitled and just overpaid. When you give people things they haven't earned, this is what you're going to get. And this is why, and I think beyond hooping and humping, the best thing that's been said in this conversation, the most provocative thing, is Paige Beckers just showed everybody she is not the face of the league. She doesn't have any real class. She's a man or a woman trying to pretend to be a man. We compete here in the WNBA and we have more respect for the fans and give a legitimate effort. But instead, they're trying to do a bad man impersonation. And that's what Paige Beckers is doing inside the nightclub, doing a bad man impersonation. And it just looks foolish. Maurice?
I agree. Caitlin Clark tried to get somebody, to get on board and to actually play hard. And I think it was hard to muster it up when half of the players are out there drunk. I mean, they out there hungover. They're focused on getting to the next party. Maybe they just never stopped throughout the entire time. But they were not there to play basketball in front of these fans at any point. And the fact that you've now gotten you put on these pay us what you owe us shirts, and then you get these $1 million contracts, and the only person alongside Kelsey Mitchell, the only person who put in a real effort is the person who actually doesn't need to do this at all. Why is she the only person that really, really gave a real effort? This league needs to clean it up and act like a professional league. And you need male leadership, which is what Whitlock has been saying for months and months on end.